Hi everybody, let's make some fire-breathing dragons. Doing something for kids today. We're going to make some fire-breathing dragons, which are fun to make, and we'll give them something to play with for a little while. So the things that you'll need for this craft are a toilet paper tube. You will need some pom-poms. I didn't have any pom-poms, but what I did have was some of these beads. I am not doing my dragon green because as you can see, green disappears. So I'm going to be making a red dragon today. You will need some construction paper. I have red. You will also need some tissue paper. I am using orange, but if you had some like crepe paper for decorations, you could use that too. It just needs to be a really light paper. If you've got googly eyes, great. I did happen to have some, but they're not necessarily necessary. And you will need some glue or some tape. I'm using hot glue just because I will not have to wait for it to dry while we're doing this, so that I can keep going and not have to wait in between. But if all you have is Elmer's glue, kids have a tendency to put it on really heavy, so it might take some dry time in between. But if you can get them to put it on with just a little bit, it shouldn't take too much dry time. So the first thing that we are going to do is cover our toilet paper tube with some construction paper. So you're going to want to roll your tube so you can see how big that you want it. You can help the kids with some measuring. I'm just going to direct cut here with what I am going to need. It does not have to be perfect square. It does need to overlap a little bit so that you can glue it on. I'm making a red dragon, so all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on my toilet paper tube so that I can have a starting point here. Oops, I just dropped my glue gun. And then I'm just going to wrap the construction paper around until it meets on the other side. And then I'm going to get my glue gun. And I'm going to put some more glue underneath the fold over so that it connects at the top. Okay, so the next step, set construction paper aside. I'm not going to use this crepe paper, but you absolutely could. I am just going to use this orange paper here. So we're going to be making the flames. So you could use multiple colors if you want. Let the kids get creative. Whatever colors you have, to be honest with you, is absolutely fine. Kids should be using their imaginations anyway. You shouldn't let people dictate to you what imaginary characters like dragons should be colored, right? So I'm going to cut a square of construction paper, I'm going to cut a square of tissue paper, the length of probably 2 trips around the inside of this tube, okay? And then I am going to cut some slits up the construction paper. I don't want to cut all the way, but I want to give it some fringe. And I keep saying construction paper, but you guys know what I mean, right? Tissue paper, it rips easily, so don't cut really thin pieces, and don't go too close to the top, okay? If you're gonna do 2 colors, like red and orange or purple and blue, you only have to do 1 trip around the tube. But I'm just going to use the one color. And then you can stack them on top of each other. Okay. So then, and the kids might need some help with this, you're going to be gluing it inside the tube. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue on the inside of the tube. And I'm going to put the paper up in there okay? And I'm gonna just stick it in. Okay, so a little bit more. You're gonna wanna make sure that this is kind of in there pretty good. So don't go a dot on the glue, go a little bit more. It's going to overlap each other, which is fine. You're gonna wanna go at least, you know, a time and a half, 2 times around so that you're not being skimpy on the flames here. So a little dot more glue, sticking it down. Okay. If the kids are working with hot glue, please be careful. Hot glue is very hot, and it can burn them if they get it on their skin. So if you're going to be using the hot glue, make sure to give them a hand with that. Okay, so I've got my flames coming out of my dragon now. So this is going to be the mouth. Okay. Now our dragon needs some eyes and some nostrils. So I'm going to use not the green ones, but I'm going to use some red glitter balls. These happen to be foam, but if you've got pom-poms at home, you know, kind of whatever you've got that might make good nostrils for a dragon. You could even use some of your tissue paper and just wad it up into a ball if you wanted to. Get creative. You don't have to go out to the store to buy anything special. So then we're just going to give them 2 nostrils. So I'm going to just put 2 dabs of glue here on the top and just put my nostrils on. So now I have dragon nostrils with some flames. Pretty good, right? Okay, so then what I want to do is give my dragon some eyes. So I'm going to take a couple of larger balls that are, I'm going to use the same red because if I use the green, they'll disappear on us here. And I'm going to put them more up towards the middle, okay? So again, I'm going to do 2 more dabs of glue, maybe a little bit bigger because I have a little bit bigger of balls here. Oops. And I'm just going to add some eyeballs, okay? Don't do it too close to the other side opening, and I'll show you why in just a second. I don't think I got enough hot glue on that second eyeball. I think I'm running out. I don't want it to fall off. That could be traumatic. All right, so, all right, and then you can stop here. You could use a Sharpie to draw on some eyeballs. You could use a piece of white paper, cut into a circle with a dot in the middle that you made with a Sharpie. I do happen to have some googly eyes, so I'm just going to attach them. Okay, and we have our dragon. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.